Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and who is ready for more colour than they can handle? Like, seriously, this top is so bright. I really wanted to like kind of make my wardrobe a little bit more ooh, and so I thought, I know, I'll finally, you know, put some colour into it, and then I was like, mustard yellow is a really good choice, and now I'm wearing it, I'm like, oh my god, I'm wearing mustard yellow, maybe this is like a bad idea. So in today's video, I wanted to finally do another book tag video. I feel like it has taken me forever to do another one, which is just stupidly my fault, but I don't know how I've ended up just not being able to do it. So this one is the Reading Habits book tag. I'm hoping to make this kind of like quite short and sweet. It is 11 questions, but I'm hoping I can just like get through it. Also, I have my hair cut. What do you think? I know you probably can't tell, but it is a lot shorter. Probably, yeah, I'm thinking about it, you probably can't actually see the difference at all, and me pointing it out to you is probably quite useless. But to me, it feels really short. Like, when I run my hands through it, apart from this bit still feels really long. So I have the questions on my phone, so let's get to it. Question 1, do you have a certain place for reading at home? To be honest, not like anywhere, but either the living room or my bedroom. Sometimes if my mum is in there watching TV, I might just come and sit in here and read. Sometimes I like to stay in there, especially at the moment, it's quite hot at the moment, and there's a better breeze coming through the window than in my room, so I can just sit there and just, yeah, read. Question 2, bookmark or random piece of paper? Always a bookmark. Oh my goodness, always bookmarks. Although sometimes for my magazine that I read, my sci-fi magazine, I do use train tickets. Question 3, can you just stop reading, or do you have to get to an end of a chapter or a certain amount of pages? I prefer to get to an end of a chapter. For me, that's much nicer. But I read quite a lot on my reading break. I read a lot on my lunch break. So, you know, when my time's up, my time's up. So I try and get to like maybe an end of a paragraph, or at least like an end of a sentence or something. And I always prefer to finish on a left page than a right. I don't know why, but that seems to work for me as well, which is quite strange. But I prefer a chapter, but I will take a paragraph, but I try and clock watch, so I kind of roughly know maybe you should stop reading now. But sometimes, yeah, I do just like stop in mid-sentences. Question 4, do you eat or drink? Yes, as I said, I read on my lunch break, so yes, I'm constantly stuffing my face whilst eating. It is quite hard to try and do a very big book with one hand and eat with the other. I have a lot of lipstick marks on my books as well, which is quite annoying. It's little faint red smudges and strange noodle barks and such like. Question 5, multitasking, music or TV whilst reading? I can have, yeah, background noise. It makes no difference to me. When I was commuting, I would always have headphones. I mean, wherever I have to walk any length of distance, I always have headphones on. So, yeah, for me, reading and listening to music is not like a weird thing. I remember like I used to all the time. I'd have like Family Guy in the background in the evening and I'd read, or I'd just like pop a DVD in it. I quite like background noise, so it doesn't actually, yeah, it never really sort of, yeah, disturbs me. Question 6, one book at a time or more than one? Either or, it doesn't actually matter. My mum actually challenged me this year to finally only read one book at a time, whereas before I used to have a book at work and a book at home, or I would swap every month with a different book. I remember when I was a kid, I used to swap every week between 4 books, so for me, it's an easy thing to do, it's not particularly hard, but yes, I have been challenged now to stick to one book, which I'm finding hard but easy at the same time. Question 7, reading at home or anywhere? I don't know if you just heard that noise, but that came from my neighbours. Well, both, I guess. I mean, obviously I read at work, I used to read on my commute, and I read at home. I have done in the past, I've gone down to the beach and read. I guess maybe I prefer being at home, maybe. I don't know, when I go to the beach, after all, my back starts to ache, so I'm not really sat against a chair, I suppose. And I guess when I'm at work, I guess I'm like, oh, well, I've only got an hour and I have to stop reading. Whereas I suppose at home, I can just keep reading for ages. But I suppose at home for comfort, but I can read anywhere. Question 8, reading out loud or silently in your head? I always read in my head, but I remember when I was struggling with one of my classes for A-level at college, she said to me about reading the text but out loud to actually help that sink in. And she was right, it really worked. And I have found that with books where I just find I keep getting distracted, or I can't focus, or I don't know what's wrong with me, like it's not going in, I have actually used that trick. So I've only probably used it a handful of times over the years. I mean, I left college, oh wow, 10 years ago. That is super depressing. Oh, wonderful. But yeah, I have occasionally used that trick just to help me get back into the flow of it, and then once I've got it, then I'm totally fine. I'll just like go back to reading in my head. Question 9, do you read ahead or skip pages? Never. I will not do this. Even if I'm struggling with a book, even if I'm finding it so hard to get on with. I will maybe like skim read stuff, but I will never just skip pages. I will never just go to another chapter. Sometimes when things are getting really intense in a book, and especially like, you know how stuff always like kind of builds to like an end of a chapter, I have to really keep myself focused to like, look at the left page, look at the left page. And, like, you're trying not to let your eyes dart across to the right just to see how it ends. So yeah, I do like keep myself, but I'm very good. I don't, yeah, because I like to skim through the book to see how many chapters are in it to begin with and how many pages. So it is hard to like not, but it's not something that when I do it, I don't ever think, oh, let me just take a peek and see what happens. Like, that's not like something that ever like overpowers me. It's never something that I think, oh yeah, I really want to do that. Question 10, breaking the spine or leaving the books like new? I have to leave them like new. I don't know why. The weird thing is, it's just like a strange natural ability. It's not something I'm aware I'm doing, but I don't mind if my friends borrow my books and they break. If they do it, I don't care. But if I do it, I care. And I have a lot of books where in some of them the spine has broken naturally, which is fine, I don't care. But then like the third one in this series, like the spine is perfectly intact. And so many people have borrowed my books and they're like, I was so scared to open it because it looked like new. It's a weird ability I have. I don't know how. Now that I actually take, like, I carry books, so I used to leave a book at work and have another one here, but because I'm now reading the same one, I carry it back and forth. So it's getting a little bit more battered. Not as much as like it could be. I hate it because I'm like, it's one of these things like I need to stay looking precious. But no, if it will do it naturally, that's fine. I've noticed a lot of my books only get a crease down the bottom where I'm holding it like with one thumb, so it's like open wider. But personally, I prefer to keep it that way. But if it happens, it happens. I only shed a small tear for like 5 minutes. The last question for you guys, number 11, is, do you write in your books? No. No, no, no. I know who these crazy people are who write in their books, but no. I remember in my English GCSEs in high school, they were like, buy yourself a copy so like you can make notes in it. And I was like, excuse me? No, I could not do that. Or they were like, oh, you can borrow one like from previous classes and they've already got annotations, you can make your own. Even with other people scrawling it, I still couldn't do it. Like my hand was like shaking. Like I could not do it. Like, no! I know some people buy like a second copy of a book so they can have one precious and pristine and the other one they can like make lots of notes in it. But also when I'm reading a book, it's like the urge has never overpowered me to want to write in a book or to make any, like I've read something gone, oh my god, and I've been really shocked and really emotional, but I've never wanted to be like, I'm going to write this down on the side of the page. It's not something that ever, it's not something that's like ever, occurred to me that could be an idea to do. It's never going to be an idea that I'm ever going to do. I'll tell you that now, people. Like, that is changing. Thank you so much for joining me in today's video. Comment below with your answers as well to any of the questions. I would like to hear some of your thoughts, especially on things like with writing in pages. Do you like break the spine, stuff like that? Like, are you very similar minded to me and my craziness? Because it just could be me being a little bit crazy. If there are any other book tags that you would like me to do that you've seen on YouTube, then please link them below or just let me know them, or just give me a list of questions. I don't really care, but I will be happy to answer them because I do want to try and do more book tag related ones, but I'm really rubbish at this sort of thing. I forget things very, very quickly. If you like this video, then give me a thumbs up and show me the love. If you are new, then hello and welcome. I hope you like what you saw, and feel free to become a subscriber and, you know, join this crazy little train that I'm on. Enjoy your weekend. I am off later to go party to an ABBA tribute band. I'm so ready for this. I cannot wait. And then tomorrow I have a lazy Sunday, which at some point I will go to the gym. But enjoy your weekend, guys. Bye.